Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Karl Butler. It has always been my dream to be able to provide for myself as well as my family from the comfort of my own home. As Walt Disney stated, all our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. I can remember hearing this quote for the first time in 8th grade when I went to Disney with my family, and from that moment on I knew I was going to do everything I could in order to make my dreams come true. My dad was a broker when he was younger, and I remember always hearing him talk about the stock market and buying and selling stocks and everything he was doing. I used to constantly ask him questions about the stock market and the stocks he was getting into and all sorts of other questions. I slowly began to fall in love with it all, the excitement, the suspension, the spontaneity, and the risk. I knew I wanted to be a day trader. I started paper trading my sophomore year of high school in an attempt to try and develop my own technique to trading, and I would read financial articles from the Wall Street Journal, Forbes, Seeking Alpha, the list goes on and on. Every day, my knowledge of the financial world was growing. Needless to say, I decided to go to school for finance to pursue my dreams. Today I'm going to tell you why you should invest in me. Number one, my passion for the stock market and trading. Number two, my education and affiliations. And number three, my prior work experience. As I stated earlier, I was exposed to the stock market at a very young age. As you all know, there is a whole lot to know about the stock market. However, due to my newfound love for it early on, I had plenty of time to explore and do my research. I would spend most nights in bed on my laptop reading news articles, looking into companies' financial statements, and looking at what was going on around the world. It even got to the point where my parents would intervene because I cared more about what was happening around the world and researching companies, more than about my schoolwork. Who would have thought? My laptop then became my reward, or privilege, for after I finished my schoolwork. Through my research, I found that my knowledge, skills, and traits all make me a great candidate to be a day trader. The reasons are that I am accustomed to long working hours. I am used to very little leave from work. I am used to continuous self-learning with no guidance and used to risk-taking. My paper trading, research, and lifestyle all signal to the intensity of my passion for day trading. I know that my passion will never die out for this, and I know that I will always want to know more. I love being great at what I do, and I know that an investment from you all will encourage me to only be better, and I know that I can put your money to great use. When applying to colleges, I knew that I wanted to attend a school with an unprecedented business school and also one that wasn't too far from home in case I wanted to go home for any reason. Living in New Jersey, what school better represents that criteria better than Seton Hall University? As a finance major, I was instantly exposed to more resources to help me obtain my dream that I knew what to do with. I soon realized that I need more than just a finance degree. And with the advent of electronic trading systems, I declared a second major in ITM, Information Technology Management. Through my years at Seton Hall, I exposed myself and took advantage of all available resources and opportunities. I became a member of the Hall Street Fund, investment, finance, and entrepreneurship clubs. I also became a member and treasurer of Pi Kappa Phi fraternity. I love being around people with similar aspirations as me, as well as learning with and from them. Through my research, I also found that my education and degrees prepared me perfectly for this role. I graduated from Seton Hall University in 2017 as a double major in finance and information technology management, as well as with a certificate in entrepreneurship and big data analytics. Right after graduation, I attended one of the best and largest day trading schools in the United States, Online Trading Academy, or OTA. I was fortunate enough to be able to attend one of 30 physical teaching centers, and through my education there, I created and implemented a rule-based trading trading system. I focused my strategy on supply and demand imbalances, a method that allows for relatively low risk compared to potential reward. My courses focus primarily on stocks and options, which is what I would be trading with your investment. My studies have prepared me for the data-driven methods to making smart, well-educated decisions. As a finance major, I have the understanding and know-how to use financial securities. I understand what it takes to be a part of the only 8% that is actually successful in day trading. And as an information technology management major, I have been trained in utilizing different IT tools that could help immensely with analyzing all of the statistics in order to make a well-informed decision. As aforementioned, I have plenty of real-world exposure to trading, but there's more. For the past few years, I have worked as a senior financial analyst with Johnson & Johnson. Before that, right after OTA, I was in the Johnson & Johnson Future Leadership Development Program, which is a 2-year rotational program working in internal audit and commercial finance. Before that, I co-opted and interned with Johnson & Johnson doing finance and accounting my sophomore and junior years, respectively. I have been trading with small amounts of my own money on the side since OTA. However, I have not been able to spend as much time as I would have liked since I am working full-time. So like I said before, I have a ton of professional experience in networks. I started working in corporate America at a very young age, and I did this while I was going to school full-time. My work ethic, dedication, and analytical skills are unprecedented, and that is evident by my work history with Johnson & Johnson, as well as my desire to continue to learn more and more about the stock market, as well as the economics around the world. Timothy Sykes, a well-informed, self-made millionaire from purely day trading, has said that people are afraid to lose. People are very afraid of failing. I failed rather spectacularly, and every single loss that I take encourages me, because when you do something wrong, now you know what to do the next time. Through my various roles with Johnson & Johnson and jobs I've held prior to that, and especially my trading experience, I have certainly failed at things and lost money on trades. But Tim is right. Usually, once you screw something up the first time, you learn from it and know how to better deal with it the next time around, or even prevent it. For instance, I have held on to stocks for too long thinking they were going to bounce back, and sometimes that just isn't the case, as you all may know. I ended up losing over 40% on that investment, and from that mistake, I've set in place rules and guidelines for my trading strategy to minimize losses. Although I have not worked with any sort of brokerage firm, that does not mean that I don't have any experience trading with other people's money. In college at Seton Hall, I was part of the Student Managed Investment Fund, or a SMIF, for both my junior and senior years, all 4 semesters. SMIF was a 1-credit course of 10 to 12 students that was given about $100,000 from Seton Hall's endowment committee. Although my class was invested in value stocks for long term, we were able to strategically pick stocks to create well-diversified portfolio which consistently beat the S&P 500. This is something many groups of management are unable to do, as you may know. In conclusion, I believe that I have a proven track record through my work experience, education, and passion for trading. My unique skill set and education, young exposure, and dedication and passion make me the greatest investment. All my life, I have wanted to be able to be a day trader by profession and not just as a hobby. I have worked endlessly to further myself in the direction of my dreams, and I know that I am ready. I am seeking a total of $100,000 as an initial investment. My terms are simple, that you will receive a 20% return in addition to your principal in no later than 3 years. For those who decide to invest in me, we can go over finer details individually. Thank you so much for the opportunity for this meeting. I am more than looking forward to doing business with all of you and making you all some money. Thank you.